Today is an important milestone in history. According to United Nations data, India has surpassed China's population today and has become the world's most populous country with 142.86 crore people. And today is also a very important milestone because we're hosting this conclave and we have the honor of having Dr. Aggarwal sir with us, and of course, Professor Sahasrabudhe, who will also be sending a special message. We believe that education has always played a very crucial role in driving economic growth and social development. And now with the constantly evolving technological landscape and the increasing complexity of society, the education sector is facing new challenges and bracing also towards interesting opportunities. The emergence of Education 4.0, which is the latest paradigm shift, integrates advanced technologies such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, automation, and the Internet of Things to enhance the quality, accessibility, and relevance of education. The Indian philosophy of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, emphasizing inclusivity, diversity, and empathy, is particularly relevant in this context as Education 4.0 aims to create a more inclusive, personalized, and student-centric learning environment, and that is why we felt the need to organize this event. In a world where machines have started to think and humans have ceased to do so because of our huge dependency on technology, how do we create an ecosystem for learning which is more benefiting to all? And therefore, the theme for today's conclave is the role of technology in enhancing the learning experience and promoting personalized learning. This session offers an opportunity to learn from the best brains, as we said, and not just the best brains, great human beings in education. And I'm sure you're all looking forward to hear their perspectives on the rapidly evolving teaching learning process. So let us get started. We are so grateful that we are joined by Honorable Dr. Aggarwal, sir. We are truly honored to have sir. We are truly honored that you could spare time. And may I request Dr. Aggarwal, our honorable keynote speaker, to share his insights on the fascinating developments around the role of technology. Over to you, sir.
I'm happy to be a part of this mega conference, and I congratulate iNurture for taking this initiative, which I think is very necessary for this country. Although NEP is probably one document which, to the best of my knowledge, we have had more webinars on NEP than probably any other topic in the whole world by any other country. But still, the document is so exhaustive that we need to learn more and more of it, get a better grasp of it, and all of us have to be a part of implementation of this, then only we go ahead. I'm so happy to see that more than 660 participants join us. So that gives us a feel that the people still have a curiosity to learn about NEP and its various dimensions. Friends, I think probably we have to ask a relevant question. Can we do without technology today? Instead of asking how do we use technology, I think we are now reached a stage where we can certainly ask a question, can we do without technology? And I'm sure the answer is no. And unfortunately, we have learned it the very hard way, probably the COVID way. I mean, COVID taught us that without technology, don't think of education at all. And if I see in India alone, 33 crore children saved their 2 years because we had technology to support them during the COVID period, and they could save their precious 2 years. And the same scenario is there in the whole world. Technology has always been there, but now technology has become much more relevant because its use has increased much more, and we have begun to envisage much more than we could ever chew and digest before the use of technology. I sometimes feel if the technology would have come as a willing option, things would have been slightly better. But hopefully now people have realized that technology is very, very important. technology, when we talk of technology in education, there are 2-3 aspects to it. One is how technology enhances our experience. Number 2, how technology gives us much more outreach. Number 3, how technology makes many things cost effective than otherwise. How technology could help us to achieve what we could not have achieved. Now, there could be counter questions today that should online education be a replacement of face-to-face education totally? Well, my personal answer is no. The technology should be used for helping us, not for replacing us. And I told the other day also in a conference, I said I am a professor of information technology, professor of IT, and I always believe I is earlier than T. So we must be using our human intellect first, then technology. Otherwise, we are in the wrong direction. When London started its first school, India had more than 12,000 pupils. So our education system, as far as knowledge is concerned, was never behind any other country in the world. And once your theme is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, and you are aligning it with G20, I think first thing is to remember that we were leaders in education. Students from all over the world used to come to India to study. But please remember, we were doing many things at that time which NEP now wants us to do. For example, flexibility. I remember an ancient university in India having had a course on how to train snake charmers. I mean, today's university will still find it difficult that there could be a professional course like this. But need of the hour was always understood in our earlier education system. Technology has now given us a platform that I can go back to our individualized system at a much lesser cost, which I could not do earlier. Earlier, if I wanted a class of 5 students instead of 60 students, I had to spend 12 times more because I needed 12 times teachers. Now, I can have a class of 10,000 students or 10 students practically at the same cost. So therefore, technology is now enabling me to go in for personalized, individualized education in a cost-effective manner, and that's a very great virtue. And that itself clubs with us flexibility. It clubs with it multidisciplinarity, because you can have teachers all over the country or even all over the world to teach the students. So therefore, every university need not appoint teachers of all subjects. So that's now possible because of technology. It would not have been possible without the use of technology, which now is possible. As human beings, as institutions, as universities, as countries, a need is definitely there now for each one of us not to be independent in that sense, but to be dependent upon each other on complementarity situations, so that if A depends upon B for something else, then B depends upon A for something else. Now, if that kind of possibility has to exist, again, the technologies will come into being. Take a word about ChatGPT, because it has become probably one of the most controversial topics of the day, because many of the countries are thinking of banning it. Many of the universities are thinking it's an ill thing. Now we'll have to learn to live with the technology. Every technology has this is a disruption, and disruption could always be positive as well as negative. And therefore, it is for the society to devise ways and means to use positive aspects of the technology and how to suppress the negative parts of the technology. I do remember when the internet came, everybody said it will spoil the children. And today it has benefited children much more than it has benefited adults. So People said the content and this, that, but the same technology came up with child locks, parental control, and everything. So today, if ChatGPT can deliver us much more efficiency, and if it can enable copying, then we will have to devise ways and means how to design assignments better, how to design examinations better. But that is not to say technology is not to be used. Technology will be used more and more. And when we say education 4.0, which Shraddha mentioned in the initial talk, education 4.0 is a term which has come from industry 4.0. And in industry 4.0, we still don't know where are the things going. As a matter of fact, there's a written document to say that 65% of our graduates will be taking up a profession whose title we don't know. Now, if that is the scenario, how fast we change. Education will also have to change very fast, and these fast changes will again be possible only by use of technology. Otherwise, to bring in those fast changes is impossible without the use of technology. Technology is not a visual thing. Technology is necessary in education for the survival of education, and it will have to stay, it will stay, it should stay. Number one. Number two, technology is not a panacea for everything. Let us not try to ever think that the teachers will be replaced by technology. Technology will supplement the teachers. Technology will enable the capabilities of teacher to be made much better. Teachers in turn will have to be more quality conscious. Teachers will have to be facing the reality much better. They will have to challenge themselves much better, and that will be always necessary and good for education. I have always said, if Krishna was a great teacher to give us Bhagavad Gita, let us not undermine Arjuna, who asked best of questions, so that the Krishna could come up with the best of answers. So education system will have to depend on good students and good teachers all the time, and technology will always enable, it will help us for intelligent decision making. So let's embrace technology. Let's not be fearful that it will ever replace teachers. If we keep ourselves updated, teachers will never be replaced. That will never be a desirable education system. But at the same time, let's use the technology to increase our efficiency, to increase our outreach, to make sure that all the good aspects of education pedagogy are used. And I personally am a hardcore optimist that educational NEP implementation will be very fastly enabled by technological interventions. And with these words, I think I stop here and hand over to the organizers to carry it further. Thank you.